What's up, Grow Fam? It's Wednesday.
Hey,
Once again, it's Wednesday, the middle of the week. We all need that little something to get us through the rest of the week, right? I don't know, but today's Wednesday. It's another Whalen Wednesday on Grow Fam. What's up, Grow Fam? How's it going, everybody? It's Wednesday once again. Switching audio tonight. Yeah, so tonight, okay, we're good to go. Grow Fam Wednesday, Whalen Wednesday. What's up, Grow Fam? Getting that middle of the week going on right now. We're going to have a little sesh. We're going to hang out and have some fun. We're going to give away Grow Fam box tonight. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Whalen Wednesday, powered by Grow Fam. All right, everybody, what's up? Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. Whalen Wednesday on Grow Fam. We are on the Indoor Farmer Rumble channel as well. If you guys are interested in Rumble, ask me about that. But yeah, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy midweek sesh. It's time to maybe, we'll have some fun and maybe find some information out at the same time. All right, guys, here we go. It's Wednesday again. We Grow Wednesday, guys. It is April 10th. April 10th already, 2024. It's flying by. It's flying by. We are still here, though. We're all here. Blah, blah. Insert an eclipse femur tonight, guys. Just do that yourself. Go find it. Search it online. It's going to be a fun night. We've got a Grow Fan box to give away. We've had, a lot of good content this week already. If you guys haven't watched the Talk It Out Tuesday, you got Master Rochi Monday. Tomorrow, you got that Terpy Thursday with Sir Stevo, Serpy. But then we got Fam Friday, of course. So, guys, let's hit that like button if you can. Share it out with your friends. I see a lot of people already in here. We are live on Rumble. I see Margaret on the Rumble. We are on Facebook. We're on YouTube, on X, especially X. And we're also on Kick tonight. So, shouts out, you guys. Let's see here. We want to definitely rock the house. We're going to get some friends in here that might want to learn a thing or two about the platform X, formerly known as Twitter. And it's not just that per se, but tonight is kind of about bridging the gap among some of these different platforms, I should say, destinations and StreamYard. But without further ado, we are going to talk to our guest. We only have him for a little while, guys, so we definitely want to take it all in. We got Gilo in the house from X. We got Margaret over on X. Thank you guys for popping in there. Thank you very much. All right, let's see who we got. We got Alex Finn.
What a graphic, dude.
I mean, the only picture I could, is the best one I could find.
Do you have like Stanley Kubrick create that graphic? That was well done, professionally done, man.
It's all easy now. They make it easy with these new apps and stuff. And I don't even use AI. I'll tell you right now, I actually absolutely hate seeing the AI stuff because I just pick it. It goes right to my brain. Oh, AI. Like
it's shit. You know immediately when it's AI.
Yeah,
you can tell immediately.
30,000 likes on this. Like, oh, well, anyway, we don't want to get into that too crazy. We could go down that rabbit hole. So Alex, thank you for coming, man. It's been a couple weeks that I was kind of, will we, won't we, and then I was like, yes, we got it. So
I'm not the most responsive. I'm bad with DMs, but it's only because DMs drain my entire life energy, but we made it happen.
I know. And that's why I was like, I'll just, we'll see. He's got a month. He's got 1 month of this. of the sub, we got all right, guys, we got 68 already on the Facebook side. Guys, come on in. We're gonna do that giveaway on the Grow Fan Box in just a little bit, but first I wanted to like I told you a little bit ago, this is going to be a mix of audience. We got some people on X obviously that know you, and then Facebook is like they it's like a whole nother world to them. And I keep telling them it's like they are missing out because there's a lot of moving and shaking over there. Anytime there's something moving, even if it ends up messing up, they keep changing it enough that you can, run with the flow. Does that make sense, or kind of get into the wave?
It's constantly changing. It's the most quickly changing social media platform of them all. I'm not too familiar with what's going on with Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook in 15 years, so I'm sure things are changing over there as well. But X is the place to be.
Facebook is pushing. Facebook is scared that everyone's going to leave. So they literally, all of these parameters they used to set for you to be able to get like monetization, they just keep cutting them out. Anybody can have subscribers. Anybody can have stars. They just keep trying to lower that bar of entry to be a creator, which no offense to those out there that are at that low level trying. I wish you all luck. But it's, consistency, because it's something I've learned from Alex, and I'll let him go in a minute. If you guys haven't followed him on X, if you're on X, go follow him, because there's no way we can go over all of the information that this man puts out. He goes through so much of the actual code and actual algorithm stuff that I'm, not even close to being. But one question I wanted to ask you is do you think you might add any humor into your content?
I tried to. So for those who are not too familiar with me, I've had a big X account now for a couple years. I've been building on there full time for a while now. I just love writing. I've been a writer for a long time. I'm also a technologist, so I read the open source code. I know how the algorithm works because Elon open sourced the algorithm. And I kind of got big over the last year from writing about the algorithm and going deep into it. So I got these two sides of me, the kind of technologist, deeply, want to write about smart things like that. But also another side of me that's a total troll and just likes to fuck around. Am I allowed to curse on the show, by the way?
Yeah. We're an adult. Cool. It's an adult show.
Okay, good. A side of me that just wants to kind of screw around and troll people and piss people off. And so I've been trying to find that middle ground. I don't know if I can find that middle ground. The middle ground might be the Alex Finn's actually great at comedy. Damn straight, G-Lo Sessions. Damn straight.
G-Lo must have missed it.
I think I get more of my humor in video. I just haven't figured out how to put the humor in written form yet. So I'm getting more into video. I bought an entire camera set. I'm going and filming videos and stuff.
I like it.
We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I was kidding, by the way. I actually am famous for my dry humor, and for the longest time, I've had to work on, doing try to show someone that I'm trying to make. I hate that. I hate to laugh at my own joke. I hate to have to tell you that it was a joke. I hate all of that. So, but there's a happy medium because not all the audience can pick it up. So, but actually, I think you are a proof. Hundreds of thousands of followers. You're proof that your audience will find you. You don't have to conform to every person And actually I'm getting ahead of myself. Can we just do the boring part? Like, who are you? Where are you from? Like, what did you do before this? You said you're a tech guy, but did you like work for a company or anything? Just the quick, run through the boring stuff if you got it.
Yeah, man. So I've been in tech my entire career. I'm 33 years old, studied computer science in Boston, programmer. I was a programmer. I became a tech consultant. I started leading a team of tech consultants. I've worked at a bunch of big tech companies. I was most recently at a company called MongoDB. And on the side at Mongo, I just started tweeting. I started off tweeting about like NFTs. As a technologist, I fell in love with the technology. I think most people, when they think NFTs, they think scam. There's actually really cool technology behind it. And so I would tweet about the technology just on the side of my job 2.5 years ago. And I kind of blew up. I was more of a contrarian when it came to that stuff. Everyone kind of went one way, I went the other, and it blew up my account. And then as I grew, I just started writing about whatever the hell I felt like writing about. And so I kind of evolved, and I became less of like a one micro niche account to just an Alex Finn account. Anything I'm interested in, I wrote about. And so I've grown from 0 to 200,000 followers over the last 2.5 years. I've blown up on talking about technology, the algorithm, entrepreneurship, content creation, business, because I've turned this into a business. And about a year ago, I quit my job at my tech company to do this full time. The job was a very good job, so it was not the easiest decision in the world to do. But I'm kind of have faith, one in myself, to turn this into a revenue generating business. Alex is rocking the Spock. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't. My eyebrows just kind of rock. They kind of just go. I don't consciously control them. So I'm glad you're enjoying the show. But I kind of have faith in myself. I'll turn this into a business, and it'll grow, and this will be a big thing. So I'm pumped.
That is a jump, because the insurance alone, and we don't need to get into that, but that alone, to take it on yourself individually, that rather than letting the company do it, because that's kind of where they suck you in. Like, oh, we got the benefits, right? That's the hard part to step away from. Me myself. Yeah, I'm a disabled veteran, so I actually have a very unique like opportunity, because and I don't play any bones about it. Like, I've tried to tell close friends, like, hey, you could use this opportunity with me, because I now have the ability to build a business without having to work all on the side. And so, like, I'm like, hey, look at this, we could all, but some people, I think, get more of the jealous side, or maybe more of a, well, I still have to work, but okay. But, I've told my family, it's like, hey, it's a very unusual opportunity to be able to, if I didn't do a business, if I wasn't investing anything, I could just sit around, obviously, until those dollars are worth less and less and less and less. Well, that's another story, but that's my thing. Is like, there's a time limit on how much this monthly check is actually going to pay for my month, until everything just keeps getting diluted. So I'm like, okay, let's build a business out of this time that I have, because veterans can actually work full time anywhere, even if they have disability status. So it's a unique opportunity that I'm trying not to waste. And to your point, you were doing things that you were trying to, actually, you were just a tweeter, and then you found something that blew you up, and then you decided to diversify, and not only to just go engagement farming, but you purposely go into like more like purposeful stuff, or meaningful information, and actually help the little guy, help the smaller accounts. You'd help. I've learned so much from you in the last 2 weeks, just by making sure I read those posts. And even if I disagree with what you said, it's like, okay, well, he makes great points here and here. And that's what you have to do. You don't have to, it's not all black and white. You go, okay, this guy has some good information on this, but I disagree here. And anyway, I'm rambling, but
but you nailed it. Which is my strategy, which is I just try to give as much value as possible. A lot of people, they're scared. Oh, if I give, how am I going to sell anything? I need to charge for the knowledge I'm giving. No, if you just give and give and give as much as you can, it'll eventually come back around. And that's kind of what happened with me, where I gave as much as I can. It grew my account. It grew my newsletter. I buy more Bitcoin, says the guy with the PFP with the guy's heads up his ass.
Yeah,
I agree. Buy more Bitcoin. I don't know about the head up the ass thing, but definitely buy more Bitcoin. What was I saying? Oh, but yeah, give as much. It blew up my account. It blew up my newsletter. Ask him if he's for hire. Sure. I don't know what you're trying to hire me for, but I
Billy
agree.
asked you what your link was on X. It's at the number 1% better X. And wait,
No.
what?
At Alex Fin X.
Oh, for
That's
some
my
reason
personal account. At Alex Fin
I
X.
see. My bad. At Alex Fin X, guys.
There you go. Yeah. I wonder if I can change my name. Can I change my name on here to at Alex Fin X?
I can.
Okay, perfect. No spaces or anything.
Sure.
What was I saying?
Capital A, capital F, I'm sure.
Yes, and then capital X at the end. If your strategy with content, if you just make your strategy give as much value, perfect, as humanly possible, it will come back around. It blew up my X account, giving as much value as I can. It blew up my newsletter. I have 30,000 subscribers on there. And just naturally over time, revenue generating opportunities found its way to me. I make money off subscriptions to the newsletter. I make money off the premium subscription to the newsletter. I make money off of advertisements in the newsletter, subscriptions on X. And if you just give, the universe finds a way to give back to you. And so I think that's kind of the mindset you need to have when it comes to content.
Do you wait? Where's the newsletter? Was that on X or is that through?
It's through Beehive. It's the link in my bio on X. So if you go to my X and you go to the link in my bio, I give in the newsletter. It's me just giving away information on how to make better content, improve your life, things like that.
I want to know what made you decide to start reading the code. Were you a code reader before? Like, were you able to do coding before you got into that?
Okay. Yeah, so I have a computer
science
degree, and I was a programmer before. And so Elon released the code.
Thanks, Elon.
Thank you, Elon. Also, Elon, update the code. You haven't updated in a while. Anyway, I go through the code. And I kind of just write like a post on everything you need to know in the code. And it blows up. It becomes my most popular post ever. I'm like, oh shit, I think I'm kind of onto something here. Then I actually don't write about it again for like another 4 months. And then something I regularly do is I just kind of review my old content. I have a spreadsheet I maintain that has all my tweets. I manually copy and paste in all my tweets. There's thousands of tweets in there. And just help me. You saw that?
That's insane. What's that? What was the app? Well, no, I mean, you guys can follow Alex and find it out. He's got videos on his X page, but yeah, like that's like where you can like set up the rough ones and the solid ones and the ones that are ready to post. And I saw that video. It was crazy. I'm like, well, that's
and so I'm reviewing it all, and I noticed, wow, the ones where I talk about like technical topics and make it simple, they just blow up. They blow up. And so I'm going to go back writing about the algorithm. And so I make another algorithm post after 4 months. That one goes insane. Elon replies to it. Mark Cuban DMs me about it. I start working with Mark Cuban because of it. And I'm like, oh shit, there's clearly like value here for people. There's clearly like people are hungry for this information. And so I just go all the way in, right? I start writing about it way more. People just get hungry and my account just skyrockets. And that's what I've been doing since. I've been trying to just take very technical concepts, make it easy and digestible for people to understand, and then try to add some humor in along the way, just because it's a lot more fun when you're yourself, you know?
Oh, for sure. I definitely appreciate the sarcasm. But so I'll get to Jason's comics. This is funny, but I wanted to know when you started doing spaces. Has that been fairly similar amount of time? Like I didn't know if you were, because I thought that was I thought you were pretty good in spaces too. I think that's probably one of your strong points as well. But
thank you.
Spaces are a different thing over there. If you guys don't know what spaces are, it's an audio. Well, now they have a video version, which is strange, but the audio only kind of a room for everybody to talk, and then you can see everyone's profile pictures and stuff. It's a different thing. But speaking of different things, we got Jason that says, "I'm no X person." I want to know why. That part just bothers me. What's wrong with X, first of all? And he says, any other platforms, you sound very intelligent. Well, if he's intelligent, there is no other platform that's equal. I mean, and you probably will disagree with me, but Facebook and X are kind of the only two at the top when you talk about social media. YouTube is not the same thing. Rumble's not the same thing. It's a video platform. You know what I mean? What else would you even compare to Facebook and X as far as retweeting and groups and all of that kind of thing? There isn't another one.
Truth Social. You forgot about Truth Social.
Oh, I'm on Truth, but there's no live streaming yet. So it's kind of, I don't know if we count that yet, but I am there. Is there live streaming on Truth?
I know, that was a joke. I've never been on Truth Social. I have no idea.
I think I have 2 followers there. So I'm there, but it's like, you know.
You're the only 3 users on there. Well, Jason, first of all, you sound very interesting and intelligent for calling me interesting and intelligent. So thank you very much. I don't know. I think X is the best, mostly because I think it's the quickest way to get a message out to tons of people, right? If you spend 5 seconds typing out a message, it can get sent out to millions of people. I don't think there's any other platform that can do that. Facebook is, I think, less like, there's less reach, right? Only the people who kind of are friends with you see your shit. On X, your shit gets sent to everybody, right? And so you really can get a lot of reach quickly on.
I mean,
there.
they've
So
changed that. X. I will disagree with you on that, but I still loathe Facebook. It's just the fact that I've been there since, high school. So I have more reach there naturally just because of that. I am pushing on X a couple of, and actually this might be a good time. Guys, get your pens ready. I did tell you, we'll see if we have a couple of, how did I word it? Just some tips, I guess, for anybody that might decide to check out X for the first time. If you have any, we'll go through. But before, I guess, while you think about it, Facebook has, like I said, they keep scrambling to add that. Like my regular profile is now a professional. What is it? What do they call it? Not celebrity, a professional person, no, a public person, public persona, which makes everything I do public, which actually lets me get seen past my friends. And now my regular profile also has followers, which is beyond friends. So they are doing things, but again, they are way more on the censorship side already. No matter what they do, it's just stifling over there. I just like to, make sure that you see 15 years, you don't know what they've done, but they have kind of bridged that gap a little bit, only because they're losing they have a hole in their boat and everyone's going to X and Minds and everywhere else. And so, yeah, they're changing it, but again, it's not good. But let's see. Oh, it's all right. I thought maybe you had something,
That's something.
I saw your video. I saw your video the other today. That was funny. Let's see. Gilo says the thing about X is that many or may not. If the guru is maybe just a janitor posting for his. Yeah, I mean, you don't really know who people are.
Yeah, but that's also it's an interesting comment. Because that can be interpreted as a positive thing as well. That's the interesting thing about X is it's not about the person, it's about the ideas, right? And so who cares where it comes from? If you see an idea you like, that's a valuable thing. And so if the janitor says something super valuable, what's the difference between that coming from a janitor and that coming from a smart person, right? It's a democratization of ideas. Anyone can share their ideas and opinions. It doesn't matter if you're the janitor or the president of the United States. You're able to share your ideas and still going to be seen by people.
Every person that you meet, I love this quote, every person that you meet knows something that you don't. And it's, it's crazy.
Also, shout out janitors. Janitors got ideas too. We're going to shit on janitors.
Yeah, man. What's up with that? I think it's fun that they're thinking about removing the visual of all the metrics. That was a whole conversation not too long ago about removing the likes and the retweets and all that stuff. So guys, imagine on Facebook if they removed like where you just can't even see who's reacted to someone else's post. It's a whole mind game, and you no matter what platform you guys use, you have to realize that you're being manipulated. You can't get too sucked in to the drama of it all. And that's how I like to try to keep 1 foot at 30,000 feet when I'm looking at things. It's like, well, how's it all gonna lay out? But okay, I guess let me make sure we're on target here. Let me know whenever you're getting close there, brother. Let's see. So, did you have any tips? Maybe just some basic things for people when they first start I don't know.
Tips,
Don't
you gotta the whole game's finding your voice, right? A lot of people go on there, they don't really know what to talk about or what their message is or what to say. I meant to say that the anonymous person who says they are a girl but may actually
right.
be a dude. Hey man, it's 2024. Girls are dudes are girls. Get used to it. Um, but your whole game of X, really social media and content overall, is finding your voice. Knowledge is knowledge, no matter where you're at. Exactly, Elisa. Agreed. I can't
You
figure
said it
out to
right.
comment on X during the live. Nah, Google
That's
it.
the annoying piece. I think sometimes I might be set wrong over there where only people who are verified can comment, Chris. So I'm not sure on that one. I know a few people are, but well. But yeah, sorry, derailed you.
I just noticed that I had to click comments. Now I can see the comments.
Oh,
Wow, a lot of comments here. There you go.
got
It goes default to
142.
private chat. Oh, this is
Yes,
cool. You got guys from everywhere: Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. There,
yes,
you got
sir.
this is a whole mixed crowd here.
Got 150 people watching right now. Hit
This
that
is
like button, guys. 32 likes. Come on. How much do you love me? Let's see it.
shout out all
Uh,
150 people. Shout out you guys.
well,
What was
okay.
it? Oh, tips.
81 is
It's all
from
about finding your
X.
voice.
Go ahead.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but
81
but
from
I hate
X.
that they changed it. Well, yeah, but they're not there. It's just 81 have stopped through. That's what they've
Yes,
changed it
yes,
to on
yes.
X. So it kind of
Yeah, I
annoys me.
wasn't a fan of that change. It's a weird
Mhm.
change. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's all about finding your voice, right? And the way you do that just by creating, seeing what you enjoy talk about, seeing what your audience enjoys you talking about. And so I'd say if you're on X, just keep putting out content, keep writing, keep speaking your mind, and see what you enjoy writing about.
That's kind of been a problem for me. Not a problem, but when I first started this, I thought, let me start a show. I want to do I hate calling it a podcast, but man, it's a video, it's a show. We're doing a show right now. This is not necessarily a podcast, but I thought, well, this is my medium. And then when I got into it, I'm like, now I have to be a poster. I have to make these long, I have to do all these writing. I have to pictures of myself all the time. I have to make little short videos. I have to do reels. I have to do stories. And like, that was never my thing to begin with. And so I'm kind of getting into it. I hate doing it, but I'm actually not terrible, I think. But this is my thing. I do 5 shows a week, 2 hours a show. That's enough, but it's not like 2 tweets a day. Like, let's see some of your tips I've heard before, like tweet twice a day, reply to everybody. When you do when you reply, try to make it a value. When you quote tweet somebody, try to make it clever and make it a value. And those are some good things. But a couple other things I remember you saying, guys, if you're going to be on X, try not to engage with the trolls. Try not to engage with people that are like, and I hate to say this as a small account, but if it's somebody that's way smaller of an account than you and they're trying to troll you, like a 50 person for 50 followers or something less than that, that you just don't want to mess with them, right? That's kind of bringing you down somehow in the code. I forget how you put it, but
Yeah, there's a reputation score. There's a reputation score. If you interact with low reputation accounts, it impacts your reputation.
yeah, Glo, it yeah, definitely does. And it messes with me because of StreamYard. That's what bothers me about it, because we have several platforms that are concurrent, and then we have this one that's not. So it's combining and messing me up. Okay. So I guess we'll get down to some brass tacks. The tweet the other day about cannabis, as you know, this group is it's grow fam. So I try to push that every person needs to eat, and I try to push growing anything and growing our relationships as well. But for the most part, there's a lot of cannabis users in the group. Now, I will say this, first of all, you are probably not a cannabis user, but have you ever used it?
So here's my story when it comes to weed.
Okay.
I smoke weed every night from 21 to 26 years old. I'm 33 years old. So for 5 years, smoked every night. It made the food I ate for dinner taste absolutely delicious. I'd make my buffalo wings. It's kind of my specialty. I make buffalo wings. And then when I would consume the cannabis, the wings tasted like heaven. And so I did it every night, made me fall asleep quick. Everything was amazing. 26, it just all kind of fades away. Like all the good parts went away, all the negative parts remained, kind of anxiety, things like that. I was getting all the negative parts, wasn't getting the positive parts anymore. Maybe I fried the receptors in my brain that, got the good parts out of it. I don't know, but it all went away. I'm just like, okay, I did it for like 5 months after, where I was getting no positive benefits. I was just smoking and getting, anxious. I'm like, the hell am I doing anymore? And so I just stopped. I think I might have done it twice since. And then the 2 times I've done it since, same thing, no positive, all negative. And so I've done it. And so I share a message on X where I think that the culture has changed. And I hope this doesn't offend it. It will offend people, but whatever. I think the culture in America has changed over the last several years, where I think weed is now where booze was, call it 15 years ago. And where booze was 15 years ago, it was like, drinking is awesome. Everyone drink. It's the only way to have fun. Everyone should do it. It's Friday night. You have to drink, right? And then now booze has came to a place where I think booze sales are like at lows. Like people are quitting it. People are seeing the negative side of it. And I think right now we're in a moment in time where weed's getting legalized across the board. I live in New York City. Weed shops are popping up literally every 5 feet. Like you walk, every other store is a dispensary. It's unbelievable. And I think we're just in a point in time in the country where it's like, it's just very, very not, I don't want to call it acceptable, but it's like pushed on people. It's like weed. It's cool. Everyone do it. It's a medicine. It fixes everything. And I'm sure it does fix things for people. I'm sure there's a lot of people who use it as a medicine, but that's not a majority. A majority of people do it because they can sit on the couch and fucking chill. And basically what I'm saying is, I think it's being pushed and encouraged for a lot of people to do it. And I don't think it's the best solution for the problems a lot of people are trying to solve. And so what I'm just saying with a lot of the posts I make is find balance. If you're doing it to solve anxiety, I think there's other maybe healthier ways to solve it as well. And there's some people, I think you can do it in balance, right? Do it, hang out here and there. But like I had friends and have friends who used it to mask things, used it to mask negative emotions, used it to mask hard times they were going through. And I don't think it helped them. I don't think it solved them. I think it was a short-term fix. And so really, the message I put out about weed on my page is don't let the pressures of society tell you this is what you have to do. This is what you have to consume. This is how you deal with anxiety, pain. And maybe it is the way for you to do it. But I think for most people, there's other ways to do it. And you just got to remain balanced in everything you do. And I just think the culture has gone past the point of balance. I think with booze, we're getting balanced where a lot of people understand the negatives. But I think with weed, the culture has just pushed it too far where it's just everywhere now and being pushed very hard.
I totally agree. Actually, you surprised me a lot there. I'm only going off of the one fairly longer tweet. I think it was last week, and maybe you were trolling a little bit. But I just thought, man, he's being super one-sided about it. I'm like, yeah, I can totally agree with all the downsides. Totally, there's complete downsides. But for me, me personally, it helps me in some ways. Now, I also know that it hurts me in some ways. It makes me want to eat things that involve milk and like something with bread of any kind, and that's the hunger I get. It's like, okay, if there's milk in the house, where's the cake? Like that's a downside. There's plenty of them, but I think to your point, yeah, it's balance in all things. I have been in a much darker place in my life, and it was like that was the furthest thing away from what I cared about at the time, is like whether I should be using it or not. It was the only thing that kept me half sane. But I will acknowledge, like there are withdrawals on it. We've talked about it. I actually have a show on Thursday. We talk about open topics, and that was it. We've talked about the ups and downs of it. So I'm very surprised. I think you're right though. When you come to a point in your life where you think it might be holding you back, there's no reason why you can't take a break. Now, I will say this about your symptoms that you said you were starting to hit, like the anxiety. There's so much knowledge about the plant now, and that's aside from the psychoactive parts. But there's so many different medicines that you don't have to smoke, and that would actually, and aside from that, the strain itself of the cannabis, you might have been smoking the wrong one, because it just, some things will make you have a lot more anxiety. But anyway, I'm not trying to get you back into it. I just mean,
For
obviously,
sure.
but I
And
hate
also,
to
listen, when
yeah,
I was enjoying it at its peak when I was like 22 years old, it
but it
was
was
fucking
fun,
awesome. And
right?
I
But not
wanted
for
to, and
medicine.
I've tried to chase that
Hmm.
several times since. Or, oh, I'll just try it again. Oh, I'll just do this. I'll do an edible, this or that. It's never been that. So I just don't think I'm ever going to have that again. It's also a time in your life when you're like junior in college, right? Where
You got
you
extra
never have that
time,
again.
yeah. Hmm.
But,
Well,
um,
plus
yeah, go ahead.
you probably, you know, I lost my train there as you as you said that. But no, I think you're right. It's definitely something that you gotta choose yourself. But I think, oh, that's what I was gonna say. I think it sounds like you were more of a recreational user, and that's okay. I'll admit that I use it for medicine, but then at night sometimes we'll be on the show having fun, and I'll be in the recreational zone at that point, you know, like. But I hate to compare it to alcohol, because alcohol is not ingested as a medicine. No one ever said, "Hey, drink this and you'll feel better." They say, "Here, pour this on your wound," you know. But your doctor has never said, "Here, have a bottle of liquid or alcohol." So to me, that's a big difference. Plus the fact that we have an endocannabinoid system. Again, I'm not a weeds for everybody kind of guy. I hate the term weed. I mean, cannabis was in our medicine cabinets, you know, for a long time before they became illegal. So there's a lot of backstory or about history to it, and I think you're right. It can definitely pull you down the wrong road. But same thing with all these pharmaceuticals and all these
For
things they
sure.
tried to feed me in the VA. But that I can say that, but it sounds like I'm using it as a crutch too. I try to keep that in my head, like, well, don't just say, "Oh, I use it because X is bad," or whatever, you know, Vicodin or Xanax or whatever is bad. That's true. But you can also, you know, you can't overdose on weed. I'll give you that. One, alcohol kills people. Weed really just makes you, maybe slows you down a lot. So again, I'm only advocating as a source of, when you think there's nothing else that would help you. I would never advocate, "Hey, try this for fun." Like, that's just, I mean, why would you tell someone, "Hey, here's a substance you've never done, you should do this for fun"? Like, I would never push that on someone. But if you maybe
Yeah,
say, "I'm super depressed and I've had, you know, these pain problems and, you know, chronic illness or whatever," what would it hurt at that point, kind of thing. So I guess
for
there,
sure.
it depends on this person. Everything
I
does. So
I think that the use case you just gave, super depressed, chronic issues, things like that. I think that's not a majority of weed users, though, right? And I get it. If weed is
probably
the
so.
only solution for those things, then I get it, right? But like, I have a friend, he was anxious or depressed, and he started smoking, and now he just smokes every day since. And he gets home, he smokes, and he plays video games. And obviously, that doesn't kill him, but the fact that
Might
that's
kill his
all he
production.
does now,
Yeah.
I'd
Hmm.
argue it killed him. I'd argue he's
Right.
dead, right? And so, I think at times in my life have been down and depressed and anxious and all that. And what solved it for me, and like, I don't want to be the guy that goes, "Oh, get strong or do things the right way." That's
Yeah.
not what I'm
Get
saying
healthy.
here. But I think for a lot of people who do use it for a crutch, which is, I think, is a significantly more people than the ones that do it for chronic issues.
Or at least they don't admit it. Like, that's the biggest thing. Admit it to
Mhm.
yourself. Like, "Hey, I'm, you know, this is the thing. That's my thing." Go ahead. Sorry.
Right. And I just think, for some people, it's much harder to do, but like, getting disciplined, doing the right habits, the right health habits, the right diet, the right exercise, the right mental habits, right? I get myself in mental loops still, where I get stuck
Mhm.
in the mental loop and then I feel like absolute horseshit for 2 weeks at a time. But if you can get all those things right, I don't know if you need to resort to a drug to solve that, whether it's a prescription, pharmaceutical,
Right.
weed, whatever it is. And so People
or a
do your
vice
thing.
of
If you're
some kind.
balanced,
Right.
if you're balanced, do whatever you want. If you want a Friday night, want to smoke some weed and eat wings, I mean, hey, fuck it. We're all dying within 100 years. Fucking do heroin
Right.
fun. I don't give a
Fuck it.
shit. But for me, I don't know. I just think balance is the way.
No, I get it. I think all the things you listed are like 90% of the way. And then, you know, if you can like seriously say, like Jess says, goes to the gym three days a week, 90 minutes each time. So if you're somebody that's like up like that, so for instance, I like to use my example, Joe Rogan, obviously he's not necessarily the face of cannabis, but I don't think anyone would say Joe Rogan's unhealthy for the most part. Real quick, I want to get to G-Lo because I want to push back on you, G-Lo. He says he's from Hawaii and he's never smoked weed legit, never had the desire to. I want to know if you've ever sipped alcohol, because to me, and I love putting them against each other because alcohol really definitely kills a lot of people, you know, like kills, like not just slows you down. So I hate to see people that will say, well, you know, it's just that dirty weed stuff when they might be doing something worse. I'm not singling you out, G-Lo, but I go to these events and I'll see open bars at kids events and all this. And it just gets me because I'm like, you're going to look down on one because of the stigma, but the other one is way, like it's like super bad. We're like, look at COVID. Well, with the famous story of the recycling bins outside of all of the, you know, rural homes, the full of liquor bottles and wine bottles and stuff, that story of how that was just like it skyrocketed liquor prices or liquor sales and stuff. It's sad because we all know the end of that. We don't really know what happens when we legalize weed. We don't remember anyway. It was 1930. But again, I'd like to point out, obviously there's always going to be downsides to anything. There's downsides to eating too much lettuce. Like there's downsides to anything. I think anything can be down. Billy says, 44 years, Billy. Damn. Now, I'll tell you this, it's bad for my lungs. Definitely bad for my lungs. My lungs are not what they used to be, but I'm also not exercising. I'm probably not eating right. And all of those things hurt your immune system. And so if you smoke weed and it makes you have the munchies and you eat garbage, then yes, you're never going to feel better. Oh, I just need a little more weed. You know, like, no, I like this, the back and forth for sure. Weed is good on for Pizza Hut stocks. Yeah, you're right.
I agree.
You're right.
Pizza was delicious on weed. Delicious. Especially Pizza Hut. You get the cheesy. The Pizza Hut's a little bit more cheesy than Domino's. I like the cheese better on Pizza Hut.
G-Lo, they actually do pull you over if you're high. A lot of times you'll be driving too slow. That was the old joke. You would, but I even hate the term high. It's like, do you say I'm getting high when I take Vicodin? Like, I mean, when I take my prescription medicine, I just hate the whole word games. Like we all know, especially on X, where the real battle of the you know, culture is, and the word games are just ridiculous. I hate that. Natural medicine. Yeah. And that's another thing, natural versus, you know, pharmaceuticals and all these, you know, Pfizer and all that. What's up, Bean? What's up, everybody? All right. So I'm going to get the hashtag up. We're having a great conversation. You are welcome to leave anytime. Is there anything?
I got about 5 more minutes.
Okay. Let me think of anything that I didn't hit. Let's see. How many death threats have you received since you've been doing this?
Death threats.
I was being sarcastic when I wrote it, but I'm like, that he might have.
People definitely there's definitely a good amount of people that hate me, especially in the crypto space. Like crypto is just like a space filled with not everyone, but there's more criminals in the crypto space than most spaces. And if you get a big voice in crypto, you just naturally get a lot of haters and you get some crazy people that go after you. So how many people have messaged me and said, hey, I'm going to kill you? I don't think any, but there's been plenty of people that DM me with some angry ass shit.
That's funny. Sometimes not, I guess, depending on where they are. So, well, I mean, I don't have any other like pressing matters, but is there anything like the best place? Like, obviously you want people to follow you on X. Is there anything else that you want to shout out as far as like promotional, you know?
Shout out, I don't know. Follow me on
that
X.
site where your badges are? You keep telling people to go over to the. Is it on X or is it a different?
Go on X. Go on x.com. Search for @AlexFinX. Hit the follow button. Everyone here, everyone in the chat, everyone watching, let's do it. Let's not wait. Let's do it all together right now. Take out your phone. Go to X. Follow there. And then if you want the newsletter, I send out a weekly newsletter, sending one out tomorrow. Hit the link in my bio. Sign up for that. That's free. It's called 1% Better, 1%better.io. Do that. And other than that, hey, listen, enjoy life. You're going to be dead soon. Everyone's going to be dead soon. So, try to be happy.
Yeah. I think the eclipse is coming back next week, actually. So keep an eye on that, guys.
Eclipse 2.0 is coming back. We're getting a sequel.
Actually, what I heard is the Earth is going to the magnetic poles in about 10 years are going to turn 90 degrees.
What does that mean? So are we fucked?
It's all going to happen within a day. So it definitely could be a pretty difficult time.
Are we fucked?
Yeah. And I saw it on a pretty reputable show, Timcast. I don't know if you watch any of his stuff, but I don't know. I'm not going to say yes or no, but it does sound like it's coming. A lot of people have been looking into it, but I like that kind of stuff too, like history and all kinds of, I like conspiracies. I like that kind of stuff, but I also like to point out, I always like to look at the opposite side of the arguments, but anyway, I'll let you go on that, and we'll get this giveaway going, brother.
Well, rest in peace, magnetic poles. Shout out magnetic poles.
Oof. It's going to be a rough ride, man, for sure.
My magnets are going to be flying all over the place. I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm in Illinois, so I believe we're going to have the same weather. It's not going to change.
I hope it gets warm. I hope it makes New York warm year round. But listen, it was great speaking to you, my man. Thank you for tuning in to live streams. I'm now on your live stream. We now swapped live streams. This is great.
Awesome.
It's a blast. You got a good live stream, man. Keep it up.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be looking for you. I'll try to jump in some spaces or something.
Sounds good. We'll talk soon, dude. Have a great night. Hey, everyone in the audience, keep on fucking. We'll talk soon.
Oh, we'll do that. Thanks.
See.
All right. That was awesome. Keep on fucking, everybody. I feel like that's great advice. Yeah, so he is a man of many facets, but mostly just a lot of intelligent thoughts. So, I mean, I feel like that's good. A good thing to be looking at either way. Let me get this giveaway going on, guys. I know you all been hanging out. We got 160 people hanging out still. Well, I mean, give or take whoever's on X. I see G-Lo still there. What's up, brother? All right. The Grow Fam box tonight. Cool. Yeah, that was fun. It was fast for me. So, I had to kind of keep it moving. I'm a little longer winded on a 2-hour show. So half an hour, that was quick. So I hope everybody got something out of it. It was all I could do to make sure I was asking some good questions. So what's up? Melanie, what is this? Oh, that's the blowing. Okay. It looked to me, it just looked like a blue stripe at first in the front there. All right. G-Lo, what's up, brother? Are you coming up or what? You want me to send you the link? I did invite G-Lo. I hadn't heard whether he would or not. So we're going to offer the link. Oh, I see. He did message me. For sure. Yeah, I'll be up here for quite a while still. So you got the link in your DMs, brother, right now. All right. Can I do like this? That'll work. I've been dying to puff on this little cartridge the whole time. But no, he's right. You guys have heard me talk about it before. There's definitely a downside to too much of anything. Be a sec, no problem, G-Lo. What's up, Perry? What's up, man? Guys, get this hashtag in for a Grow Fam box. As you know, if you're watching on X, you are welcome to get in on this as well. The Grow Fam box is an assortment box, a mystery box full of goodies. So you definitely want to get in there. "97 people pop through over on X. That is awesome. I hope maybe I got a follow or two. That would be cool. I wasn't really expecting, or I didn't want to put any expectations at all. Oh no, I haven't gotten a single one. Wow, 98 people. Okay, never mind. Oh, all right. So let's see where we're at. We got a lot already in there. Well, only 11. Why are you guys typing this in correctly? I don't think it's case sensitive. Grow fan for life. Okay, I got it typed right. Why am I only seeing 11? There are definitely more than 11. 13 now. I guess give it a second go if you guys feel like it. I mean, I have no other way to tell you whether it took or not. I don't think StreamYard is the most accurate thing on the giveaway tool, to be honest. It does make things a lot easier for us, but may or may not be accurate. Pearl over on the YouTube. Had a few YouTubers pop through tonight. A few people on Rumble. Cheers, Rumble. We still got plenty of show for you to go. We had a troll on Rumble. Rated by unknown, he said. Hey, Margaret. Yeah, guys. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Margaret. Everybody go to all of the locations we are live, and you can additionally hashtag again. Margaret's over on Rumble. Hashtag on Rumble, on the Indoor Farmer Rumble, hashtag on the Grow Fam Rumble, hashtag on the Facebook and the YouTube, both Facebooks, both YouTubes, and over on X. Man, I should have put the giveaway tool out earlier. The people are coming in now all of a sudden. We've got, more people pop through X all of a sudden. Hit that follow button on X, guys. I'm not trying to get, I'm not trying to get free followers, but if you did watch some of the show, check it out, see what you think, and hit the follow button. But I love cannabis and have to hide it all my life. Yeah, I've had to too. I didn't bring that up, Billy, but that was actually one of the main downfalls of it for me for most of my life. Was that I had to hide it. Not most of my life, because it was, after the war. So I guess, for my adult life, I should say, I wasn't really into it as a young person. And I think a lot of people burn themselves out early in life by doing drugs and things when they're kids. For me, it was more of an adult decision to try something. Oh, hey, so we got Mr. G-Lo in the house.
What's up, man?
Hey. Sorry, man. I wasn't sure if you were coming, so I didn't make you a fun intro, but I will for next time. We'll do some official interview or something. It'll be fun. What's up?
No. How's my audio? I'm on my mobile studio, so I'm not sure if it's good. Do I need more gain, or is it good?
No, it's good. It's a little bassy. It's a little sound like Mr. It sounds good. I see the sunshine. I'm jealous. We got some other Californians in here. I see you, Melanie. So what did you think, man? It was a short interview, so I was trying to cram so much into it. Not bad though, not bad.
I think it's good practice. One thing with I mean, with public speaking, it's no, it wasn't bad. I think so. For me, I've been public speaking for well over 20 years, and it's easy to talk for me, right? It's easy, like it's real easy to ramble on, but when you have a scheduled time frame and you want to get some points through, that's the tough part. That's where delivering content, that's where it matters in some, in some cases. Like a good example, I think it was like 10 years ago, I was asked to speak at a social media conference in Honolulu, and I wasn't the only speaker. So there were there were 5 speakers total. And so they told me I only have 15 minutes. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Because
that's hard, yeah.
Yeah. So it's good. It's good to make sure that you're honest with your organizational skills and all that stuff. I will say this. So the whole idea. So in your discussion, I was trolling a lot, and I like to have fun. But the truth is, it's always a joke. But in Hawaii, you will never ever, you don't hear about people that are high on marijuana, for example, you will never hear of them killing somebody in a car accident. It's extremely rare,
Yeah.
right? Because they're driving slow. They're driving slow.
That's what you meant. Okay. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that
yeah. And but we all know that if you're drunk, with alcohol, if you're induced on or any DUI other than weed, you're probably going to endanger somebody's life. So it's a joke, but it's almost true. And the other thing is, the only crime, other than the other political aspects of it, the only crime is that you probably eat a lot of pizza and you drive slow and cause
I mean, and
traffic.
those aren't great things for your long-term life. No.
Yeah.
But to your point, yeah, the driving while and I actually push back a little bit when we talk about driving under the influence of anything, because just driving puts you under the influence of, you got the radio, you might have a drink, maybe you got a snack, maybe you got a kid in the back, maybe there's a hot girl driving next to you, maybe there's a lightning strike over there, like there's so many distractions.
Right.
So all I would say is, as far as driving with anything or without anything, you still have to pay attention. I mean, there's plenty of accidents from people. I had an accident one time just from being tired. I was too tired, and that's a huge one. Truck drivers. But I actually I made a reel the other day. It's a short video on Facebook. I don't know how much you do on the Facebook, but I did it over at the we have a sports complex, and there was this cop car that was all smashed up, and I did a recording of it. But later I read the sign, and I didn't realize it was what's called Scott's Law in Illinois, which is it was that car that got smashed by a drunk driver at some point on the interstate. And that's when they came up with this law that you have to move over for police. I don't know if that's everywhere, but in Illinois, that's how it is. But yeah, it was a, sobering, no pun intended, kind of a moment. It's like this cop car was blocking the lane, and he wasn't even the car that was like part of the incident. He was just helping like 200 meters back to like divert traffic. And he had his lights on, siren on, and everything. And this drunk guy just right into him, not even a care in the world, straight ahead. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't often smoke when driving. Yeah. I mean, that's something that I don't recommend really anybody to do. Even like think about when you're angry. You don't want to drive when you're angry, or there's plenty of reasons. I was a heavy wheeled vehicle operator, and I almost had I didn't drive. I wasn't driving at this time, but this guy just came into Iraq, and I was his like co-driver for his first trip, and we had this sharp corner. We're driving an 18-wheeler. I don't know why this story came to my mind, but he literally had the 18-wheeler on one side of its wheels, so on 9 wheels on one side of the truck. Like it came up off the side because he had taken a corner so hard, man. So yeah, it's driving is no joke for anybody. Anyway, I know that's a side note.
A lot of people don't believe me because, so where I'm from on a big island, everybody in Hawaii knows that the big island has the best conditions for growing anything. And so, but I just never had a reason to. It was never out of like being judgmental, or my dad obviously didn't believe or allow us to get involved in any of that smoking included, like regular cigarettes, even though my dad used to smoke. And I think that's part of it. But also having asthma. So having asthma, obviously, it's not going to be helpful for any type of smoke. So, but like growing up, all of my neighbors, they grew plants. Like it was normal. It was illegal, right? But it was still normal for your neighbors to grow like in the backyard. It was just like, and even in elementary school, I remember guys would go in the bathroom. They'd smoke it in the bathroom. Is hide it from the teachers, whatever. But I just never had a desire. Now my mom, however, when she had cancer, she had someone make some medicinal things for her, like certain food items, so it was never an issue for me. Now I will say this though, for if you didn't know, but we opened a drug and alcohol rehab in Hawaii in 2019, and one of the things we found, and this would be a blanket statement, so I don't mean I'm not targeting any specific substance, but when people get high or drunk, a lot of times there's always going to be pre-existing things in their life. I would say 95% of the time. And whenever you release yourself from that accountability or having to deal with the heaviness of life in itself, it feels good, right? For a lot of people, it feels amazing that I don't have to worry. I'm less stressed, or it takes you to another place.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with a lot of the people we've dealt with in the area of addiction is that it doesn't solve the problem. What it does, it
Yeah.
just prolongs it. And so, coming from that standpoint, I don't preach against people if that's where they're at, but I will say people that struggle with the addictive side of it. And I know weed is not addictive, but there's a lot of things that we do in life that are not addictive in chemical nature, but they are addictive in our personality traits on how we're, like, for example, I used to do steroids, and it took me a year. So I did steroids for about 15 years, and that's my profile picture. I wasn't addicted to steroids. You can't get addicted to steroids. You can't even overdose on steroids. It's
Not a
impossible.
physical addiction, but you had there is a mental addiction to your point. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're addicted to looking good. You're addicted to people say, "Wow, you look awesome," or so. It was a personal issue, and so same goes with any type of substance that you use that helps you escape maybe the reality of life, or maybe enhance what you feel you need enhancement in. So,
Or anything. Look at
yeah.
without steroids, just going to the gym can be an addiction to people.
Yeah.
Social media for sure is an addiction. I have to. I tell myself I'm working, but when I get up in the morning, it's 2 or 3 hours of me doing things, tweeting and posting and stuff, and looking at other. Like, I'm not just doom scrolling, but it is like I'll look up, like I gotta get something else done, and I'm like, oh wait, there's another, and then
Yeah.
so yeah, addiction is real, and we've talked about it. We had a whole episode on people in the boxes, man. You definitely would be good on that show. But yeah, it's just it's something that I try to be real with people about, and I think that's why my audience appreciates me, because like
No, this is more a subjective point, but I would say there are some um, there are certain things that can be offensive to someone. Like for me, I get offended internally when I walk into a room that's full of like cigarettes. Like I can't, my eyes get watery. I have an asthma, like an asthma attack. I can't stand it. It actually gets me upset.
Mhm.
Now weed in another sense, it's not like that. However, I don't enjoy the smell of it. So here's the subjective part of it. If they figured out a way to make it smell sweet, like my grandpa's pipe smoking when I was a kid, smell like cloves or something real like more not that this I think when I smell weed or anyone smoking it itself, I feel like it smells like a skunk, like a dead skunk.
Some people love that smell.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
But
know.
those are different types though too. Like there's that
Right,
smoky
right.
type. There's more of an earthy type. There's different like fruity flavor. I'll be honest, I hate all of the names. There's like a billion names, like with all these different fruity, whatever the name is to try to catch your eye. Oh, it's fruity, fresh and fruity, tutti fruity. It's like, oh, it's tasty. It's like, no, it's still weed. But yeah, there's so much more science that goes into it now. They're finding all these different chemicals that they can separate within it,
Mhm.
different types of it, and non-psychoactive stuff that you don't have to smoke, like I was telling Alex. And it's very interesting. I like it for a lot of the textile side too, like for the all of it, the stuff it can do, the clothing and the making of like hempcrete and stuff like that. It's such a huge topic, but we don't have to say it. Actually, I have a problem here, guys. It literally says 28, and I know you guys. I know there's more people in on this, and I was watching the hashtags. I didn't see anybody hitting it wrong. Everyone's typing it in correctly. It's very annoying. I think StreamYard might have something going on. I heard Master Rochi on Monday with an issue too, where he had to refresh. So I really don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. Now 29. So Bean, yours just went in. I saw that happen after you hit that, and it went to 29. Yeah. Well, anyway, I actually
might have something going on. That's me. Sorry, I was checking
okay.
it.
I wait for you to hit it. I'm in Wayland. I was not on the last one. Okay. Wait, am I in? I don't know, Billy. I can't hit it right now, and I'll tell you if the number goes up. That's all I can do. So I didn't go up for you three ladies. I see Margaret, Jess, Melanie didn't go up. It's very strange. Definitely try it on both Facebooks. We're live on the Homestead. We're live on Wayland Indoor Farmer on Facebook. both YouTube channels, X, and both Rumble channels. You should be able to get 7 spots per person. There should be like 200 entries in on this. Very strange. I am going to be annoyed, but I guess it is what it is. So Gilo, you are a busy man. Is there some time maybe we could schedule and do a space together? I could do a
let's do it,
or something like that.
let's do it.
Spaces I like spaces. If you guys haven't gotten into those, it's a different feel. Like if you're just listening, you get to respond with the emojis, and like there's this whole like sort of feeling that's going on between the crowd and the speakers, and it's interesting. It's interesting.
The thing I to contrast between spaces and what we're doing now is that we can devote 100% of our energy for the most part towards each other. It's kind of like having like if you had a party at your house and you only invite like 2 people, right? But then the next week you have another party and you have like 100 people you invite, and all these people are in your house. And so it makes it challenging to have an intimate one-on-one conversation when you've got 10 people on the stage. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people love that because it gives them a platform to speak. It's funny because if that were my house, I'd be like, okay, after about half an hour or an hour, I'm like, okay, guys, I gotta go. So I'll see you guys later.
You guys all have to leave. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah.
I could see that. You can also limit it a little bit on spaces. I see that too.
Yeah.
I actually first got into an NFT crew on X. I lost my NFT, like the password to get it, like to whatever it's called, the key or whatever. I don't even. So I technically own one anymore until I can find that. But it's interesting anyway. I'm actually into the Bitcoin myself. Not majorly, but just mostly because of the halvening coming up, and we'll check it real quick. Oh, it's gone up about 2-3% in the last couple hours. Mm-hmm. That's looking good. But yeah, I wouldn't advise. And this is kind of goes back to what We Grow Wednesday is about. I don't want to put all my effort into digital because of the worry that we're sitting on a matchbook. Like it could be real quick to where we're back pushing a plow with an ox, and like that stuff can be like a split second here any minute. And I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't. I don't believe that we'll lose all of our freedom. I think we can find so that there'll be some shifting of the planet, there'll be shifting of people. The countries will be like, countries don't stay the same. Like we're gonna have some changes in the world, but at the same time, what's better to be getting yourself into than trying to learn how to survive and be sustainable? And it's like that's my investment right there. Like,
Alex brought up some really good points, and I didn't realize we had so much in common. I never really had a conversation with him because we both got our own things going. Mm-hmm. But so my business partner he's a former engineer at Twitter, Facebook. He's done it all. We also had our own cryptocurrency company that we started, and we also we've done a lot of. Mm-hmm. The thing with him though, he's not my business partner. He's not, put it this way, he hates Twitter because he worked for them for a while, and so he understands what he's looking at, and he doesn't really want to share that with me, and he doesn't want to go live here because I say we got to go live and we've got to unlock it for everybody. He's no, I don't want to do that. And there's another engineer that we're friends with, and we shared him out many times, and he actually had some issues, personal health issues. But one of the things he shared was about cryptocurrency, and one thing that is for sure, I will say, Marilyn, that no matter how money is translated or how money is converted, however we spend it, there will always be currency in some form or fashion. And one of the things I just started doing or getting organized about is, I guess we call it digital products. So basically, I signed up with a company called Thinkific, and I pay them $100 a month, and I offer courses, and however you want to do it. Like my first course was a live streaming course, and I charge $500 for this course. So if somebody wants to get all the ins and outs and the very detailed version of what I do here, that's what I charge. They can buy it. I have another course. I have 3 more courses that are being uploaded, and my daughter has we're finishing up her video of her showing people how to make kimchi. So if anybody likes kimchi, like, and so we're going to charge like $10, you know. So it's
Nice.
something that it's no matter how people like get their money, we'll figure out a way to get it. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, right.
whether
It stands for your effort and your energy. That's what it means.
yeah.
And people think, oh, the money is the root of all evil. No, I'm sorry. Like there'll always be some kind of a trading system. You know, that's how it is. It's just
Well, it's funny how they say that because people use that scripture in the Bible, but actually the scripture doesn't say money, right? It doesn't say money's the root. It's the love of it. That's the root of
right.
right. So money, like I ain't gonna lie, even though my wife and I are in ministry in church, there's no way we can do what we're doing without money. You need money, and it's if you whether you subscribe to what I subscribe to or not. At the end of the day, money belongs to somebody. And if it belongs to the wrong people in the wrong hands, it's going to be used for purposes that are not good or not healthy. So,
or like materialisticness,
Yeah.
that's not the right way to say it, but look, being materialistic is the way that you could love money, even though you may not be loving the actual coins and dollars, but you might be loving the things that you can get with it. And you know, the whole money doesn't buy happiness. It can buy security, which can allow you to be happy, which I think is there's some nuance there. To your point, I always love the saying, you know, Bill Gates has risen more people out of poverty than Mother Teresa, you know, even though nobody likes Bill Gates, but it's like he's still actually, you know, with his companies and everything, he's actually helped more of the poor in the world than someone like Mother Teresa or Gandhi, you know. And that's not that those two people are that great. I've heard some bad stories of both of them. It's funny, like these people, these historical figures that actually were pretty mean. Like
especially Gandhi. He was the evil dude.
Think of him as like some like just a passive, like peaceful guy, but no, he was ruthless.
And it's not even conspiracy. It's legitimate historical fact that Gandhi was a womanizer and he abused women. That's legit. That's not even agenda based. If you can look it up and you'll find it. And it's not people making up stories about it. He was kind of a ruthless person, man.
Sean, you're right, bro. Bill Gates is a scumbag, but the point stands that you need capital. You need not liquidity, but you need there's a word I'm trying to think of, the ability to do things. There's a word there, but you need to be able to make things happen, and that's where you need the funds. So that's one reason why I try to stay, I hate to say stay humble, but I try to keep my head on my shoulders as I build this thing. And if I do blow up at some point, then I got to keep, you know, maintain the fact that that's for a reason. There's a whole thing there's a whole plan that I have. You can't let it go to your head and get off track, you know, because I personally believe I was given like a calling, not to do this necessarily, but for my whole vision for the future. And that is something that I can get sidetracked on real easy by getting distracted with the shiny likes and you know, stuff. So
you know, Jeff Bezos, somebody had questioned why doesn't he do more? Why doesn't he give more money? And so he had a great comeback. He said, I only own 10% of Amazon. So he said the 900 other $1 billion that we created as a company, and I'm paraphrasing, but he says, like, I only own 10% of the company. If Amazon is a $1 trillion company, I created another 900 billion for everybody else. And that to me was a gold nugget. Like, okay, so I get it, Jeff Bezos, he's a amazingly wealthy man, but what about the other 900 billion that was generated through stockholders? Where's all that money, right? So whether you like the guy or not, right? To me, it's irrelevant. Like, I don't think Bill Gates is majority owner anymore, right? Because he stepped down. But it goes to say whether you like him or not as a person, like, where's everybody else that has a piece of that pie too, right? So
the pie keeps growing, and not in a good way, in an artificial way. which is sad. But well, man, that's a whole nother conversation about artificial. But a lot of our foods are being like they're being found out to have like artificial stuff in a bunch of our foods, like honey and stuff like that. So that's just reminded me of that. But yeah, an artificial way to make our money worth less and less as they keep printing more and more. So some of that money that's being quote made or generated is like, I don't know what's how you can count that as like actual wealth being created. Now I don't mean the printing of it, but like say a big company building actual wealth, it's being kind of negated by the money that's being printed. So it's almost like it's not even being generated. Very strange, but that's another conversation altogether. 37 in on this, guys. 37. It's crazy. There's something wrong. We almost have 200 people in here. And there definitely is something going on. A lot of you did get in after you tried it again. So I guess if you all are wanting to get on it, try it again. Anyway, we'll do the spin in about 5 minutes, I guess. And G-Lo, thanks, man, for coming up. If anybody didn't catch yesterday's show, the indoor, or not yesterday, but Monday's show, the Indoor Farmer with Sir Steve-O and myself, we had G-Lo come up, and also Jason Putnam came up. And yeah, we talked a little bit about Hawaiian. I don't know if produce would be the right word. Natural Hawaiian. Well, I guess yeah, it was produce because you had the rows of the What was the plant again?
So we call it taro or not taro. Well, the patch that I showed you was called a lo'i patch. So that's where that kalo in Hawaii we call it kalo, which is taro. But
it was planted there like by a person, right? Or was that how it grows?
So the one I showed you is probably that area is about I would say at least 400 years old. So that farm has been there for a while. Yeah. Right. So and the kings of that time, that's what they would use to sustain their. So that one is it's a snapshot of around 900 acres. So it's kind of a very unique piece of property where the native Hawaiians, if you were royalty, that would be your stash, if you will, of produce and all this. So it was very special to be there, and there's a lot of people that take care of it, and it's one of the things that we are passionate about is not just being self-sustaining, but something that's generational. So like here, my daughter, we're about to grow a whole bunch of stuff as soon as the weather is where it should be. You talk about GMOs and all those additives. Like we went to the store last night to pick up food, and I told my daughter, "Look at the bread," and I said, "Bread in all your stores is the biggest scam in history." She's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Look at the ingredients." So my daughter makes fresh bread. Like every week, she'll make fresh bread. She makes a homemade butter. She makes, she cooks. She does all that, and she composts. She does all that stuff. So she's kind of a homesteader. She's only 15, so.
You don't have to have a homestead to do it, right? You could do a lot of those things in a small space, even if it's an apartment in New York City.
Yeah,
that's what I keep telling people. You can do. My old phrase was, everybody can do just a little bit. I forget if I said little or tiny, a little bit towards self-sustainability. When someone hears self-sustainability, they think 40 acres and a mule, and it's like that's that's the goal maybe, but you can move a teeny bit towards that. And I'm actually really excited to see your journey as she does the garden, because of the fact that you're not used to the climate, for one, but also for two, that climate is takes a little bit of getting used to. Yeah, it's a
desert. It's a straight up desert. So it's funny, it's a desert, but where we live, it's a farm town. And so they get all the water, they control the water, right? They turn it on and off during the season. So it should be fun. I'm definitely going to share with you, do videos and private posts and tag you in it. And the other thing we did too is we make our own laundry detergent, and that's crazy awesome. How cheap it is and how good it is.
Yeah, I had someone come on this show a couple weeks back. Shouts out to Sang Cody Sustainables, and she decided to start making all of her own cleaning products, including detergents, and all of her own cleaning products across the board out of sustainable stuff. Lisa May, 14,000 pounds of corn, and donated it, huh?
Wow, that's a lot of corn.
Yeah, I heard recently that each stalk of corn only produces 1 or 2 ears. And I
Wow.
didn't think that was right. I'm like, I did tasseled as a kid. I remember seeing them all over, but maybe that just wasn't the. Maybe it depends on the type too. I guess Billy, you're on one tonight, brother. He says, "Who wants to see me come up? I'm pretty, but I charge by the hour." Okay. Haven't seen Billy up on. You're welcome to come up sometime, man. What's up, Lauren? Hello. Get in on this hashtag, guys. We got about 1 minute before I'm going to do the spin. 42 people in on it. 42 entries, I should say. Try it one more time if you haven't. Why not? StreamYard's definitely acting up. I know for a fact we had more than 42, so there's something going on. It's a very annoying. The only other option is to use a number or a wheel of names, and I type in every person's name. Like that would get annoying. I do it on Sundays and Thursdays.
So what is that number, Waylon? Is that on Facebook?
It's anybody, anything that's connected to StreamYard in a way that it shows where they're from. So, like, say Jessica here on YouTube. Actually, it shows the YouTube's logo on her picture there.
Oh yeah.
Fully connected. But if I actually am live on a site called Kick right now. Kick, shouts out to Kick. It's kind of a replacement to Twitch. Twitch sucks. So Kick is not integrated yet. So I don't even know if anyone's watching over there. I'd have to go. I go to the other tab. I haven't picked it up. So no one's. It's still hard to grow over there. So I don't really look at it. But there could be someone that commented and I don't even see it. They can't get in on this giveaway. Everybody else can. That's actually connected. So Twitch wouldn't work.
So the numbers are not showing. They're not populating correctly in your top left corner.
I do not think. Oh, not the numbers of people, but that box right under you that says "Girlfriend for Life."
Yeah,
that's a giveaway tool that StreamYard has. And what it is it allows you to just put create a hashtag like I did, and every person that's in the comments when they do the hashtag like they are that is supposed to put them in the giveaway. Right now, there's 45 in on it. A lot of people.
I'm gonna try that, dude. I didn't even know that existed. Dude, I've been using StreamYard for since 2019.
Wow. Well, you knew that the chain link existed because you linked your account last night.
Yeah.
That's a new thing that a lot of people don't know about. So
yeah.
Yep. There's a lot you can do on it, but there's some other apps too I've thought about trying, but so far StreamYard's
that's so cool. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, you can do different, we could just have it like this so that really puts in faces, and then they come like swiping down the screen and they this live stream has a giveaway. I'm stopping here. I don't care what they're even saying. Who are these people? I don't know. I'm getting in this giveaway right now. So that kind of sucks about it. You'll get a lot of people in for a giveaway that you may never see again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there is that. That's why I do giveaways for my subscribers, which isn't a giveaway. It's a paid prize or paid so I did that last night for subscribers. Well, shouts out real quick. I didn't get into that early on because I wanted to get to Alex, but guys, if you want to subscribe to me, you can subscribe on Facebook now. So if you want to get in on game night and all the hash and dash immunity, for instance, right now, all my subscribers can do this hashtag and they can leave if they got to go, and they don't have to stay for the win. And I'll let them know if they won. And that's how I do it. So you get hash and dash immunity. You get all kinds of additional giveaways and prizes. You get to play in game night. And right now you can do that from my profile on Facebook, Waylon Maccabee. And you can also subscribe to me on my page, Waylon the Undar Farmer. And again, the cheapest deal, the best deal is over on Locals. For the full year, you get it for $20 on Facebook. It's $3 a month. So you get it for almost half price if you do the full year on Locals. But yeah, that's my little spiel there. Real quick, last thing on that one. All three of those locations, there is a pinned post at the top that has the dates from Sunday to Sunday this week. And I'm going to be doing that every week. So all of my subscribers, if you get a minute, go over there. And all you got to do is like and comment. I will give you a number. And then I just do these giveaways randomly whenever I feel like it on the show. And I will let you know if you win. It's going to be a weekly thing so that you kind of have all week to get over there and get in. I did one last night and I took that person off. Shouts out to Sandy Ohm. Congrats. I got your package already filled up over there. I just have to package it up. And then what was it? Oh yeah. So I take her off the list, and then I'll probably do another one on Thursday just for fun. And the prize depends on your level of subscription. So if I do a cash prize, it will depend on which level, if you're the basic or the pro or the super pro. So it works out. It's been pretty fun. I think everybody that participates gets way more back than what they pay for. So I think it's been worth it. And actually, it's funny. Oh, I didn't point this out to Alex, because one of the other things that he taught me, and I'm sure I've seen this elsewhere too, but putting outside links, putting a link to an outside website in your post just kills it. And so I've made 2 posts from game night to show all the winners and sponsors, and I would put all the sponsors' websites on there and all the discount codes, and I had it all typed out in this whole beautiful post, right? But no, it wasn't going anywhere. No one was even seeing it, even though I tagged everyone. Well, this week I did it differently. If you guys notice, it's gotten a lot more reach because I didn't put everybody's websites in there. So shouts out to all the winners this week. Actually, and also the post starts with any local haters. Is how the post starts. That gets some people's attention right off the bat. You ever do that, G-Lo? Like you throw out something like, "Did they really say that?" as the title? You know?
Well, it's I guess it's kind of clickbaity in a way, but I'll give pushback to that because I did read that when he posted it, and I had my friend read the code.
I guess.
Now, there is some merit to that, but also if you go into Ads Manager, so Twitter has an Ads Manager where you can put in like your own post. If it does technically deboost you, then the pushback I'll say is, well, because Twitter still gives you an option to put in outside links, and that's native. So if you have your desktop, you can't do it on a mobile, but on desktop, they have a section where you put in outside links to tag your photos. So you can tag every photo with an outside link. And that's a paid, so you pay for that. So for example, if I pay Twitter for an ad, I can put my outside link on the ad itself. So in that respect, I'm not saying Alex is wrong, but it doesn't line up with that. So now
you're saying that there's an option, but I don't think that's just a regular tweet though.
No, so it's through Twitter. If you go into your it's called the I think it's the professional tools. So if you notice in some of my posts, if you go through, you may have noticed that if you look in the picture, there's like an ad on the bottom. And so they give you an option to put an outside link, and that's through Twitter's native ads program. Now, you don't have to pay for the ads, but if you do pay for the ads, your exposure goes way up. Like, so basically what I'm saying is you pay to play, right? If you don't pay to play, then maybe Alex is right. So I haven't looked at it. I haven't had anyone check.
This was what he said about Twitter. Sorry to cut you off, but I noticed it happen on Facebook is kind of, I guess,
right.
Yeah, there's probably a way to do it through the right channels, to your point. Yeah,
hey, I may cut out on this device. I have my Android. I tried to charge up, and if I cut out, I'll jump on my iPhone later. I'll be in the audience. So
okay, yeah, no problem, man. We're gonna do the spin and probably get going in a little while. If you want to get in on it, feel free from the audience.
Yeah, I'll do it from the audience. I'll probably jump out, charge up my phone.
Hell yeah, thanks.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, guys, let's look at how many we got on here. 47 still. Yeah, definitely something wrong with that, but we'll do the spin anyway. So good luck, everyone. I was outside doing a go away rain dance. Okay, country boy. Yeah, thanks, Billy. I try to get interesting people on. Bubba Cobb. We got Bubba Cobb in the house. Paging Bubba Cobb. Paging Bubba Cobb. I'm going to make it small in case he's far away and it's like just kind of looking at the screen from across the room, you know? I want him to be right up there hearing me. Bubba Cobb, are you there, buddy? Let's see. We are at almost 200. We almost hit 200. Almost. The 120 of them were on X, though. So shouts out to X. I'm guessing possibly Alex may have retweeted me. that would be why we got some insanity going on there. That would be awesome. We had a couple of retweets. Very cool. It says there's 119 watching, but 28 have seen it. Some of these metrics don't make any sense sometimes, but it is worth a look. Guys, the reason I encourage anybody to look around and check out other sites is because you can get frustrated when you put in a lot of work and something goes wrong or something, you get deboosted or whatever. So I always have somewhere else I can play around and work at. What's X? It is what Twitter has turned into, Buckeye. Good question. Yeah, I'll be honest. I have said Twitter. I've said X, formerly known as Twitter, way too many times. So it just really it's very annoying to say anymore. So if anyone asks, I make sure to let you know. And Country Boy, you said that hat's coming on the 30th. That's all right, brother. We can wait. It's inflated metrics thanks to Twitter engineering. Yeah, it's just insane. Like 28 people, maybe that's the same people coming back and forth. I don't know. Is Bubba still here? I didn't see him. I did not see him. Okay, we're going to respin. I'm just going back up. Nobody said he's here, so I'm not seeing anyone helping from the comments as far as seeing his. So we're going to redraw. 3, 2, 1. Thanks, Country Boy. I got sidetracked talking again, and then I was like, oh, yeah, we got to respin this. Jess, guess what, guys? Jess just went to bed. And you know what? She still gets to win. Congratulations, Jess. Yes. You know what, Gilo? I may not have seen you get in on this, man. I apologize. You know what, Gilo? Just for that, man, I like to even out my karma. I'll do a giveaway on one of your streams sometime if you want. I mean, like from the comments, I can offer you up a swag pack or something to one of your streams sometime if that makes sense. And it may help me out too in some way, Yeah, Jess does not have to be here, so there's no reason to even. Actually, you guys can tag her too if you like. You're welcome to tag her, even though she did go to bed, but she's probably not asleep just yet. So, yeah, you didn't enter. I saw that, Gilo. My bad. I got excited to hit the button, so I will. I'll make it up to you, man. I got a whole bunch of stuff here that we can come up with. Or heck, cold hard cash always works too. $5-10. I like to throw that out sometimes. Yeah, I feel bad now. Yeah, I should have waited a minute. But yeah, congrats. You guys are welcome to tag Jess because she is a locals member. Bubba Cobb left quick. Yeah, that's why I go for a while on the hashtag. Let's do a joint promo. Whoa. I can't be selling joints. I'm kidding. Got him. I like the dry humor. I'm dry humor, but also dad humor to get together. Those don't always make the best combination. I'll give you that. I don't know why I said I'll give you that. That doesn't necessarily work in that situation, but hey. All right. Wow. Where to go from there? I mean, we could, let's see. I do have about a half an hour. I could look up some interesting things. I know a lot of the giveaway people will leave, but let's look up. Maybe let's find out what's going on in the marijuana moment for the funsies. The legal marijuana industry now supports more than 440,000 full-time jobs. Whew, sneezed. Up 5% from last year, reports Fine. Okay. Just read some quick headlines here and hang out. If anybody wants to come pop up for a quick hello and maybe a smoke if you want. Oh, marijuana's in my inbox. No, thanks. All right, here we go. Let's see. Pennsylvania lawmaker filed marijuana legalization bill ahead of committee hearing. Okay, Pennsylvania, Ohio recreational marijuana sales could launch in June under regulators expedited plan, lawmakers say. Okay. In June, getting excited for that, Chris. Welcome DC mayor sign, or welcome Washington DC mayor signs bill declaring 420 a tax holiday on medical marijuana purchases. What? Let's look at this. What's going on here? Has anyone seen this? Because maybe another pop-up. Can't you ever tell with all of us? Yeah. Might be another giveaway. Don't go anywhere. Bless you. Thanks, Timothy. Good night, Michelle. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. Michelle cleaned house again on game night, you guys. Look at this. I have to order a book from another giveaway that she won still. But Michelle won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prizes Sunday, plus the book that I have to order for her, plus another giveaway that's coming for her to her now from an old giveaway that was waiting from someone else. I don't want to call them out, but yeah, she's getting that now. I mean, geez, Michelle, just cleaning house over here. Let's see here. Mayor Muriel Bowser. What really? We're really gonna like the most evil city in America, and we're gonna have someone named Bowser running it. Did anyone know this? We got Mayor Bowser. Like, is he coming after Princess Toadstool? That's all I need to know. Princess Peach. That's not Princess Toadstool, but maybe her last name is Toadstool. Is it Peach Toadstool? Maybe that's her whole name. Shoot, I don't know. But that's insane. We got Mayor Bowser in DC. Like, does he have the Koopa Troopas, like helping him out? What's going on there? That's crazy. Okay, 6% tax on medical marijuana around the 420 cannabis celebration declared a 2-week tax holiday on purchases from April 15th through April 28th. That's interesting. That is interesting. So for 2 weeks, Bowser sounds German, you think? It sounds like Mario to me. That's all it sounds like to me. Sheesh. Country boy. I'm on Michelle's team from now on. Bowser returned the 420 medical cannabis tax holiday legislation to lawmakers on Tuesday. Okay, well, we don't need to read any more of that. Hawaii Senate approves marijuana expungement pilot program. Hawaii Senate on Tuesday passed a marijuana expungement bill that would create a single county pilot program aimed at clearing certain past offenses, voting 24-1 to send the proposal, HB 1595, back to the House ahead of legislation deadline later this week. Okay. 2 other marijuana-related measures, meanwhile, including a proposal to expand the state's decriminalization of cannabis and separate legislations to create an expungement-focused task force. Oh, wow. Creating a task force is always a good idea. The chamber voted to hold off on adopting changes made by the House. If the Senate does not ultimately agree to the amendments, the bill will be sent to bicameral conference. Interesting. The latest actions come after a separate proposal to legalize marijuana in Hawaii fizzled out earlier this month. Interesting. Okay, so that fizzled out in Hawaii. Oh, that's Beetlejuice. Yes. Okay. All right. I know who that is now. Okay. There's too many backroom corruption in Hawaii government. Yeah. I can't imagine, G-Lo. You talked about it last night, how Hawaii is kind of a hub around the world, because anyone that's traveling from major countries, like you almost all like kind of converge through Hawaii, or not all, but like a lot of them in that region will, a lot of different countries will pass through there. So I could imagine that being just chock full of corruption for sure. Let's see what else we got here. It's all politics up here. I'm looking for non-politics. Is there a... They used to have a little thing at the top that would show like entertainment stuff too. I just thought we'd look at some fun stuff. Okay, here we go. Culture. They changed it a little bit. Colorado amendment addresses concerns on banning social media marijuana posts. Here we go. This seems relevant, right? But questions on psychedelics. Okay, Colorado amendment addresses concerns on banning. Interesting. Former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura, I'm just asking questions, promotes new cannabis brand ahead of 420 that he'd offer to you on Governor Manchin's visit. Jesse Ventura, the former wrestling star and governor of Minnesota, is promoting a line of hand-selected cannabis products. Okay. Let me read this. I just read that. Fulfilling a lifetime dream. Marijuana rolling paper company seeks content creator to get paid to smoke weed for $70,420 salary. Interesting. Huh? That was from 4 weeks ago. Marijuana company specialized in manufacturing pre-rolled joints has launched a campaign to hire for what it calls the ultimate stoner dream job. Seeking, wow. Get on it, you content creators out there. I want to read this story though with Jesse Ventura. That's interesting. This interests me a little bit here. Jesse Ventura. Okay, read that. Ventura first announced the launch of Jesse Ventura Farms, a hemp brand that's being sold in partnership with the cannabis company Retro Bakery last week. Now he's encouraging people to pre-order to ensure a truly legendary 420. Well, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you pre-order? Yes, it's true. My Jesse Ventura Farms and edibles are here and ready to make your 420 unforgettable, like only Governor Jesse, the Body Ventura can. He's just asking. He said in a blog post on Monday. From feather boas in the ring to taking a seat in the Minnesota governor office, my career has taken so many incredible twists and turns, he said. Now as I enter into what many would consider the twilight of their lives, I feel like I'm just getting started. I can't tell you what a crazy momentous feeling it is to bring it to you, something I've spent so much of my adult life advocating for. I'm not in this for gimmicks or a cash grab. I've been advocating for legalization of cannabis for most of my adult life. Being able to now bring you a legal product is an awesome feeling. I hope you all enjoy Jesse Ventura Farms. Pre-orders, Interesting. Does anybody out there want to buy it from a celebrity? Has anybody bought? I want to hear if anybody's gotten any Mike Tyson weed. I hate saying weed. Weed's such a terrible word. I mean, there are things called weeds that we want to mow and like cut out of our yards. Cannabis is so much better. Marijuana is a little too much, like too many syllables. Canis. Could we shorten it even more? No, my cannabis is fine. But has anyone out there bought from like some me pick me? Get a hold of them, Chris. Get on them. Chris, come on up, man. You got a couple minutes. We got about 15 minutes left of the show. If you want to come up, you might be busy here. There are too many backroom crow. Yeah, I saw that already. Flower, Janet. What do you mean flower? I don't believe in fame at all. Me neither, Leslie. I believe in influence and power. I don't believe in power, but power is a truth. Power is a real thing. So I don't guess you don't have to believe in something that just to know it's real. I guess you can believe that it's real, but believing in it as a like sort of, worship or anything, no. I've smoked Tyson, Cheech Stash. I'm putting the office back together for cable guy. Oh, okay. No worries, Chris. So you've smoked Tyson weed and Cheech stash or a Creech. Wait, what's Creech stash? I thought that said Cheech at first. Creech. Oh yeah, Cheech. Okay, Cheech stash. That's what people call weed flower. Oh, I see. Well, so Janet, I believe they would call it flower like FLOWER. FLOWER, because it does flower. It turns into, the buds are actually flowering of the weed. But you threw me off for a second there. Got him. But yeah, call it flower, I guess. The cannabis flower is how you could say it. Everybody must shit the same no matter what they eat. Everybody must shit the same. All right. No, you can. You're fine, Janet. I'm just giving you some guff. But yeah, no, people can poop differently, country boy. Look. We all know about the squatty potty. We've seen it. Haven't you seen it on the old Shark Tank? So I'm proud to bring you an open selection. Okay, so this is just an advertisement. What am I thought. Okay, I must have misread that headline. I want to look at this one, the Colorado Amendment over here. That's what I want to see. Colorado lawmakers advanced on amended, not amendment, but amended social media bill on Thursday that, as introduced, would have forced platforms to ban users for talking positively about marijuana online. What? Colorado of all places? But while the sponsors say the issue has now been worked out, quote unquote, with recent changes, critics contend the revised legislation still fails to address concerns about statements regarding other substances, including state legal psychedelics, certain hemp products, and even some over-the-counter cough syrup. Over-the-counter cough syrups? Is there a bunch of social media posts out there for that scissorp? Is that what we're seeing? Are you guys seeing cough syrup posts out there? This is insane. I mean, I could see psychedelics and hemp, maybe. Bill SB 24-158, a broad proposal concerning internet age verification and content policies, would require social media platforms to immediately remove any user who promotes, sells, or advertises an illicit substance. Hold the phone. Is it only people that live inside the state? Do they know where your IP is coming from? What if you use a VPN? I'm in China right now. Initially, that provision would have applied to all controlled substances under state law, but an amendment from the bill sponsor, Senator Chris Hansen, includes language saying a social media platform may allow a user to promote, sell, or advertise medical marijuana or retail marijuana to users who are at least 21 years of age, so long as the content complies with state cannabis laws. All right. Okay. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. So are we banning any like cigarette and alcohol, sponsored ads? Like that ad I saw with Post Malone not too long ago. He's like standing there in his cutoff Daisy Dukes, and he's like, I got a new song for y'all. He's like, I want to play it live. And he was like advertising something. And he's got his cigarette in one hand, his like bottle of Jack over sitting next to him or something. I forget what it was. And I'm just like, oh, it's a sponsored ad right here. And I'm like, this is great. I told him, I said, Post, put down the cigarette and the beer or whatever. And I said, roll up a joint, brother. And I got a whole bunch of responses on it. It was funny. Hey, shouts out to Rumble, 13 Rumblers hanging out over there. Cheers, cheers. Is the over-the-counter cough syrup Mad Dog 2020? Maybe that's what they're talking about. Oh, touche. That's a good point, Margaret. Backing up Janet. Thanks for the backup, Miss Janet. Over the counter Kratom is heroin. Yeah, see, that's all it is. They want you to be forced to make fun social media posts about like Vicodin and Xanax. Oh, this is so fun. Like make it like arrange your pills into a fun pattern, and then there's your post for social media. Look, I turned it into a flower. It's a flower of blue Xanax pills. Or like the on Grandma's Boy, where the one of the grandmas like her whole breakfast was a plate of pills, like all spread out like a smiley face. I think, like, okay, there's your new social media. As long as it says sponsored by Pfizer, you guys are good to go. But let's see what happened here. Members of the Senate Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology at Thursday's hearing anonymously approved the amendment bill, advancing it to the Appropriations Committee with a favorable report. So they're going to be forcing, it looks like, or at least trying to push this fully through, that they force people that are on social media from that state, from Colorado, to be sort of censored to adults only if they're posting cannabis. Now, what does that mean? Like each post, or are they going to flag your whole account into an adult account or something? Because I know on YouTube, on my reach is pretty much nothing, because you have to be logged in to watch me on YouTube. The same probably goes with GrowFam. You have to be logged in, and for most YouTubers that actually make it on YouTube, they make such a family friendly type of a show that it can be played in front of children. So if you can keep it child friendly enough, I mean, you can still make funny adult jokes, but as long as you're not stepping over the line all the way, then you can stay in the anyone can watch you category, which allows you to be able to watch from like out on not being logged in, which a lot of people don't. So it's just one of those things. So this is going to be it's going to force you to be logged in order to see that type of content. And then it's going to force you to like lose some of your, not that you want kids to see it, but it's like they're not doing that for a lot of other stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. Interesting. We've worked out we have worked out adjustment language with the MJ industry. Hansen told Marijuana Moment in an email about the amendment last week in response to questions about the potential consequences of the bill. Those amendments will be distributed later today in preparation for the bill being voted on in committee on Thursday. Okay. But even before the amendment landed in committee this week, a fellow at the center-right think tank, R Street Institute, said the changes leave major issues unaddressed. Yeah, for sure. But maybe also they create issues, I'm guessing. The updated version will still prevent users from promoting NyQuil or anti-anxiety medications. Oh, among many others. Okay. Even though it exempts marijuana. Okay. Shoshana Wiseman, who first called out the potential problems in the bill's drug-related language, told Marijuana Moment on email, and if you promote those medications, you will be reported to law enforcement. That is asinine, is what they said. The amended bill also still specifies that its restrictions apply to certain hemp products with more than 1.25 milligrams THC or a CBD to THC ratio or less than 20-1, as well as most other hemp containing products intended for human consumption that are not a dietary supplement of food, a food additive, or an herb. What do you mean, or an herb? We call it an herb. Is it maybe not technically an herb? Hansen, the bill's sponsor, has not responded to separate questions sent by Marijuana Moment last week about whether his legislation intends to ban, for example, a 19-year-old medical marijuana patient who posts about medical marijuana to their Instagram story. A user posting to Facebook that the user of a Schedule V over-the-counter cough syrup helped them feel better, or even potentially promotion by Governor Jared Polis, Democrat, of the state's legal psychedelic industry. As a plain as a plain reading of the bill might suggest. Well, it didn't sound very plain. Looks like a tweet from Governor Jared Polis. Colorado is at the forefront of both research and policy nationally for natural medicines. I am thrilled to welcome the Psychedelic Science of Conference to Colorado this year to share and collaborate across disciplines in this promising area of research. Okay, so something that bothers me about this is that they want to call it studying natural medicine. So do they want to admit that pharmaceuticals are making things in labs that aren't using natural means? Because medicine was always natural. The first medicine doctors, the first doctors, they were using natural tinctures and concoctions, and that's how medicine is made. And that's what we thought that pharmaceuticals were doing. We thought, okay, they're going to take up the torch of that natural herbalist and then process that stuff faster and make it better, make it more concentrated and turn it into a pill and make it easier and all of that. And what we thought was they were still doing that from the early days, from the natural way up to like processed stuff. And really they're literally making molecules out of other things that they're not using natural methods a lot of times in these labs, in my opinion. And so they're just admitting it, really. Oh, well, that's natural. Well, hold on, wait a minute. So what is it that I've been eating this whole time? What's the non-natural? So they call it man-made. Well, we made it from natural materials at first, for thousands of years. We used natural plants to make our medicine. Man-made doesn't mean not natural. Those things are not in opposition, or so it's very annoying to me in that respect. And the pharmaceutical company created the war on drugs. Well, yeah, and like they're the ones that took the formulas and supposedly were going to make drugs better or make the medicine better, and then they come out with all these side effects. Now we're finding out that's because some of that is intentional, and that's probably not even opinion. That's probably pretty fact right there. Now, the to fill their pockets part, I will say this. Every single thing in life, whether that be a movement of people, a business, a government, a company, it will push towards its most benefit. Now, I think it's a little bit of a leap to say that it's all evil, but I will say that incentive pushes people. People work off of incentive, of course. And the thing about incentive is sometimes you're incentivized to have more, right? You think, oh, well, if I have more, then I'm better off. They call it, I'm well off, right? We call it. So I don't think it's necessarily evil. It is the draw of money. It may be, the love of money is the root of all evil kind of thing, like we talked about earlier. But to your point, Elisa May, yeah, there's probably 100%. There's definitely evil people in the pharmaceutical companies, but there's evil people in every company, or not every company, but every industry. We'll say. I think you can't get around that, but we can figure out ways to open the gates to allow people to do things for themselves. The fact that they want to restrict you from making your own natural medicines, but then force you onto their medicines because they work with the government, that is the part that is the evil part. Pharmaceutical companies, that make your medicine all day long, but if you were to allow me to take my own and do my own with whatever I want with my own medicines, but they're not doing that. That's where we've lost our leg to stand on, per se. But we do have some, we have some of that still. You can still find like an apothecary or like an herbalist farm, like a shop and stuff. But a lot of people we just don't know about that stuff. Like, what, you take this root and you do what? Like, we're just not, we're not there anymore. I think there's a lot of room for natural herbal remedy shops to pop up where it's almost like going to the pharmacy, except you get to go in there and, Eye of Newt and stuff, whatever that might be. But yeah, I think there's definitely evil people in pharmacies, or pharmaceuticals, but there's also a history of it. So I'd like to know, the first pharmaceuticals, like they were taking plants and making medicine. Like that's what they did. That's the case. And somehow along the way, they're like, well, hey, if you just take this byproduct from this place over here, and it happens to be these molecules, and we can take that chemical and we can cram it in with this other chemical, and we can create hey, that's the same molecule that we used in that other medicine. But then they come up with all these side effects because of that. I think definitely using byproducts to save money. Saving money is making money. And so a lot of companies, you look for that. That's the cutting corners and trying to take waste products and turn them into dollars. That is where the problem lies. And that's not necessarily evil. Like your company, like, oh man, we got all this stuff that we're throwing away right here. Can we use this in some way? But then you find out, oh, well, that's not healthy that we're doing that. And then they just keep doing it because it's already been done. And now everybody's relying on it. And it's sad. It's sad. People need to learn. People need to be more okay with being uprooted in their sort of what's the word, in their security, and like in their security blankets of their routine, their life, their habits and everything. Getting out of your comfort zone is one way. But that's from us. We are doing that to ourselves. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. But for me to have sudden things happen in my life that make me have to change a job or move to a different place, those can be so traumatic because they're not expected, and then just kind of hit us, right? But just if you kind of are more okay with the changing of life, because sometimes that creates new opportunities. Well, it always does. What do you mean? It's always an opportunity. Problems are opportunities. Shouts out to Dr. Heath. Probably going to get Dr. Heath on the show sometime soon. That's going to be fun. I should have told G-Lo that. I don't know if you're still out there, brother. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up here in a second. I did want to put out that tomorrow, I don't know if any of you remember the episode I did a couple of weeks ago with Dr. Dr. Rick Olson, the chiropractor, on We Grow Wednesday. I had him on. And tomorrow we got the go-ahead to record a session in the chiropractor office. I've never been to a chiropractor, so we got the go-ahead from his corporate to record the session. I'm going to get it. I won't be able to post it until they see it and everything, but I don't know how much editing I'll have to do. But it should be interesting if anybody's never been to one, and if people that have been to one, they're probably going to see how I reacted the first time or whatever. That's going to be fun. And I just can't wait to hear a bunch of popping, just pop my neck in about 300 places or whatever. However you got to do it, doc, hit me. It's going to be interesting to say the least. It won't be live or anything. It'll be tomorrow morning. Then I'll probably show it off. Who knows? Next week or something. Maybe I'll just post it as a video. But yeah, it's been a great night, guys. You remember him, Perry? Thanks, man. Yeah, Perry. He's also an author too, so he's a funny guy. I can't wait to hang out with him for a little bit, see what he does to my spine and my everything. I fear that about to happen with me soon. The uprooting and the changing of life, Elisa May. Yeah, I mean, it can be a good thing. It can be a good thing. Good night, Diane. Good night. We're going to get out of here now. Guys, it's been awesome. We Grow Wednesday. Thanks again. If you haven't hit the like button, I don't know why not, but please do so. And follow me if you haven't yet. And consider jumping in tomorrow night on the People in the Boxes episode. We're going to be talking about current events, and we'll probably bring up some more of this marijuana moment stuff and talk and see what the panel thinks about it. And also, they're going to be Jason and Kim, and I don't know if Ryan will be coming up tomorrow night, but we'll see what they think about it. And then we'll get into some other things. We're going to talk about the eclipse and kind of whether or not anything crazy happened around it and stuff like that, and just kind of current events episode tomorrow night. And make sure you tune in and get a chance to get a game night ticket. Shouts out to Margaret. She won last week, and she ended up winning extra stuff because she got an extra spot in the game night. If you're not a subscriber, you still get a chance to get the like and share wheel. If you like and share the game night, you get on the wheel. You still get a chance to win. You also still get a chance to win to play in game night on People in the Boxes on Thursday. If you come in, get on that like and share wheel, then you get a chance to get a free ticket to play in game night. So I do a lot of things for my subscribers, but we definitely do things for the non-subscribers to try to get them involved. So don't tell me that's not the case. Heck, come on, get involved as a non-subscriber. You make one win, and then you could trade that win for like a year of membership. There you go. I gave you guys the formula. Anyway, good night, y'all. Thanks again. Y'all. Is it okay if I say y'all? Love you guys. Remember, tonight's was, we didn't talk a lot about growing with Alex, but we grew as people. That was the point. We learned something. We kind of expanded our knowledge base, expanded our thinking a little bit tonight. Every single person on the planet has to eat. And to do that, we need each other. So good night, everybody.